Hello and welcome to our playthrough of Bonnie and Clyde Love and Death. This is a solo or two-player co-op game from Yeast Games. There will be a Kickstarter campaign coming very soon, but please bear in mind that what you see here is a prototype from components to rules, so things might change between what is here and what is on Kickstarter, and also what is here and what's in the final product when the Kickstarter fulfills. So what's the goal of the game? In the game, you will be reliving the story of Bonnie and Clyde as they go through the country, rampaging and performing heists and collecting loot. And your goal is to succeed in that. So in the easy mode, your goal will be to collect 2 loot, have your love in the maximum possible state, finally find a romantic farm where your story reaches an end and your characters die. How do you lose the game? You lose if you ever don't have ammunition to fight back, if any of your character gets killed from too many injuries, or if your love meter goes to 0, in which case your characters break up. So let's just set up the game. You start with 7 ammunition, 7 food, 4 money, and 4 love. Furthermore, you start with your car in position number 3, and you start in a normal road. This is the token for the policemen, which are still not following you. You also start with the 4th A car, and you are good to go. So again, what are we trying to do? Get this track to the maximum, get the loot to 2, finally sleep in the romantic farm. Alright, so the day is divided pretty much into 4 phases. You have the wake up / early morning phase, in which the policeman will follow you and you'll have the chance of finding a new car as well as depositing your loot. We skip that in the first round. Then you have the morning phase where you will reveal a road card. You have the afternoon phase where you'll reveal another road card. And finally, you have the stopover where you will need to find a place to sleep. So let's get to our first turn. There's 2 types of roads. There's the normal roads and the country roads. You start with a normal road, and through some cards you will be able to switch road types. Whenever you reveal a card, you would spend 1 fuel, but such is not the case in the first round of the turn. You simply reveal a card for free. How do you read one of these cards? This is the view from your car, so you resolve them from bot to top, and you will encounter different things, alright? So the first thing you encounter is a camping cabin, but you don't want to spend the night, you're in the morning, so it doesn't make sense for you to stop here. Then you encounter a fork in the road, which is something very frequent. Either you take the left turn and you will visit a village, or you take the right turn and you visit the rest of the stuff, which means gas station, a memory, which is always something bad, but you get 1 time. Why do you want to get time? Because getting time is how you create distance from you and the police. We are gonna start by visiting the village. So we don't stop in the cabin, we take the fork in the road, and we go to the village. And now you are in the village, and there's 3 types of these communities. There's villages, towns, and cities. All of them work pretty much the same way, but with more benefits. The first thing you need to do is resolve the top left. So you gain 1 clue, that's always very valuable, but you also need to resolve a memory. Memories are always bad. You reveal this, and it's 2 wounds, one of the worst cards. So we split 1 wound to Bonnie and 1 wound to Clyde. Then it also tells you which type of road you'll live into, so still the squiggly, i.e. the normal road. And now you found 2 things, a food store and a gas station. We are full on gas, so it doesn't make sense for us to go there, and you're also full on food. The thing is, whenever you find this sort of shop, and there's a shop for almost everything you see here, you can do 2 things. Either you can buy the resource that they have, so for example you can buy food, and you can buy as many food as you want by paying 1 per resource, so 1 food, 1 money, 2 money, 2 food, or you can perform a stick up. When you perform a stick up, you basically rob the place, which means you're gonna get 1 of that resource for free, and also whatever this card says. And although we don't need food, because we are at maximum, we are at 7, I'm gonna go ahead and perform a stick up. When you perform a stick up, you resolve 1 of these cards, and now how do you read this card? So there's a normal stick up, there's a special stick up, which are normally more dangerous, and you can see here that if we had chosen to rob the gas station, we would do a special stick up. There's accidents, so car accidents, and there's bank heists. So we are doing a normal stick up. What's the benefit? 1 money, in addition to the food, although we are at maximum, so nothing happens, and another memory. So we get a car accident. So we need to reveal another card with a car accident. What do we get? We have 1 injury to our car body. We have 1 loss of love between our characters. We spend 1 time, so we go back to the position number 2, and we lose 1 fuel. So this car crash was not good. We are done with the town where we are now, so our morning is over because you can only resolve 1 road card per morning or afternoon. So now we go to the afternoon, we spend 1 gas, and we reveal another road card. We found another place for food, and now we have another fork in the road. Either we go to a village, or we get 1 love back and 1 time. We decide to go to the village. There is nothing in the top corner. There is a place to sleep, which is excellent. There is a doctor. I could rob the doctor. What's the problem in trying to rob the doctor? 1, you will only heal 1 of your wounds. 2, if this stick-up leads to the death of anyone, it means you killed the doctor, and he won't be able to heal you. So I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm actually gonna pay for this service. So I spend 2 money to heal my 2 characters. Alright? You can also see in this corner that the type of road that we are leaving is different. So it's the straight road, which means it's a country road. So I'll move this token here just to show that this is a card we need to reveal. The final thing we have here is a motel. And that's relevant because our next phase is our sleep phase. When you go every round, so after the afternoon, you need to find a place to sleep. There's the wild camping, which is the worst, which has only negative effects. Then you have places where you can pay to sleep. So you have cabin camp, motel, and hotel. Every single one of these ones has a cost, an increasing cost, and also an increasing benefit. And then you have these places where, regardless of where you are, if you can pay enough clues, you can find one of these places to sleep. Since we found a motel, we can either pay 2 money to sleep there, or we can perform a heist. And that's what we are going to do. So we are going to perform a stick-up. Not a heist, sorry, a stick-up. We get 1 money, 1 love, and we cause 1 casualty. So let's do that. 1 money, 1 love, and 1 casualty. Why do casualties matter? So now that we did something wrong, the policemen are after us. So they start on spot number 1. If we are ever in the same space here on the pursuit track, we will have a confrontation with the police. Alright, so we managed to stick up our way into a motel, which means we get 1 love, we lose 1 food, and we gain 1 time. Okay, so we resolved the night, and now it's time for a new day. So what happens in a new day? The policeman will move 1 space towards you. Then you can find a new car, and how does finding a new car works? You have 4 cars. All of them have a cost here in clues that you need to pay in order to find one of these cars for you. All of these have different stats. So for example, a higher fuel tank, a higher body. Here there's a maximum speed they can achieve, some bonus if you spend the whole day with this car, things like that. Unfortunately, we only have 1 clue, which is not enough. There's this car that says 1, but this is a typo. The only car that costs 1 for you to find is the Ford A. Okay? So our car still has gas, still has body. We are going to be cheap and we are not going to try to find a new car. Then you would be able to deposit loot, but we don't have any loot, so that's it. So, morning, we spend 1 fuel to reveal a road card. What do we find? Some food place, which we don't care about, but a gas station. A gas station would be valuable for us because it would allow us to gain 1 or more gas as long as we pay for it. So we are going to stop in the gas station. And we can either pay for it or we can rob it. I'm going to decide to pay 2 money to gain 2 gas. Finally, you have all these symbols. The thing is, you have 3 of them. But this small car, and that's the difference between the cars, can go a maximum speed of 1. So even though this card shows 3 hourglasses, your car can only get 1 time bonus. If you had this car, you would get 2 bonus, and if you had the fastest car, you would get the 3 bonus that this car lets you have. Since that's not the case, we reach the end of the line and we just move one space. Okay? So now we continue in the same road. We pay another fuel to reveal another card. And we have a gas station. This one, I'm actually going to choose to rob it. So I'll reveal this card. We have a shootout, which means you need to spend 1 ammo and you cause 1 casualty. You gain 1 money and you cause an extra casualty without spending any ammunition. Also, we rob the station, so you get 1 of that unit, which means 1 fuel. Now we could go to the right and switch to the other type of road, which we don't want. We gain 1 clue and we reach the end, which means time. So again, we only get 1 time because our car cannot go faster than that. Now we need to spend the night. Sadly, there's none of these places on this card. We could spend clues to find a place. We only have 2 clues, which means the only thing we can do is find a house, or we can sleep outside wild camping, which is never recommended. So what I'm gonna do is try to find a house. I spend 2 clues and we find a house to sleep on. We get 2 love and 1 time. So creating some nice distance between us and the police. And it's time for a new morning. The police moves once towards us. We can find a car. We have no clues, so we are not gonna do that. We don't have loot to deposit, so new morning. We spend 1 fuel, reveal 1 card. Okay, fork on the road. Either we go to a city or we have a memory and gain time. We are definitely going to visit the city because there's normally a lot of things to do there. So now we resolve the top left corner. We lose 1 time, we gain 1 clue, and we have to encounter 2 memories. So first memory, it's a choice. So in the easy mode, you have these cards. Either you lose 1 food, 1 money, or 1 fuel. I'm going to go with food because we have a lot of it. Then we resolve the second memory where we lose 1 love. Done. Okay, so how do cities actually work? You have all these icons, which are all the things you can do. So we found a place to stay the night, but since it's the morning, it doesn't matter. We are going to live into a country road, which we are already on. And now you can have an ammo store, a doctor, a food store, a gas station, and a bank. So I'd like to rob the bank. And to rob the bank, you're going to need a bunch of ammunition, and we have a lot. We have, if you see here, 6 ammunition. So I'm going to start by robbing the bank. Robbing a bank, you just take another destiny card, and you resolve the bank portion of it. It was an easy heist, so we gained 2 money and 1 loot, our first loot. So 2 money, you just add it here. The loot doesn't go directly to the deposit. You put it, or to the hideout, it goes to your car, and you need to deposit it next round. So now we did this already, we can do any of this. We don't need a doctor, even though we could steal it just to find money. Food, we can find some. Let's perform a robbery in the food store. What do we find? So we get 1 money, but it also costs us a clue. So we actually lost a clue, but we perform the robbery, so we get the 1 food. Gas station, I also want to rob that. 2 money, and because of the robbery, 1 fuel. Not bad, not bad. And now we have the ammo store. And ammo is always a good thing to have. In addition to ammo, you can also buy weapons. And these things you cannot steal, you really need to buy them. So you have all these weapons that will give you different abilities. All weapons cost 2 money. The sniper is particularly useful because it lets you get rid of a cop as the first time you kill it, but the thing is, it's a 1 use only. I will still get that weapon because I really like it. So I'm gonna pay 2 money to get the sniper, and I'm also gonna pay an additional money to get 1 more ammo. Alright, so we are done with this city, and we go to the afternoon. We spend 1 gas and reveal a new card. A gas station, we can leave the road or we can encounter a memory. We are gonna rob the gas station because we need some fuel. And there we have a shootout, which means you need to spend 1 ammo and get a casualty. You gain 1 money, you gain 1 love, and you gain the 1 gas for robbing the gas station. So now we need to make a choice. Either we carry on forward to get some time, but have a memory, or we switch to the other type of road, and I want to stay in the country road, so I'm gonna go straight ahead. we lose 1 gas by having the memory. And now it's time to get time. Since our car can only go at its slowest speed, we only get 1 time. So now we get rid of that. And it's time to spend the night. We don't have enough clues to spend the night in a place we found. Our last card didn't have any camping, motel or hotel, so we need to do wild camping, which means one of our character takes a wound, we lose 1 love, we lose 1 time, and we lose 1 food. So like I said, spending the night outside is never a good idea. And now we go to the next round. Early morning / wake up, the policemen come after us, and here there's a special rule. Since we have 1 loot, they are coming after us way harder. So they, instead of moving 1, they move their movement plus 1. So 1, 2. And we are in a confrontation with the police. So we need to resolve this first row, where it will cost us 1 ammo, deal 1 wound, and gain us 1 time. Alright? And we deal 1 damage to the police. If we get to the second slot, we are going to get this bonus and get rid of the police. Now it's time to find a car, but we don't have any clues to find a car. And finally, we can deposit loot, which we definitely want to do. So it costs us 1 fuel, and we get to raise the fuel track here, and this loot is gone. Alright? So we need 1 more loot to be 1 step closer to winning the game. Now we go to the morning, and we spend 1 fuel. We have no fuel unless we find a place. And we reveal the road. And this is actually good for us because we could buy more fuel, or we could also rob it because we know we need fuel in the afternoon. And if our car doesn't have any fuel, that means we are gonna have to rob another car, which will give us a confrontation with the police. So I'm actually gonna decide to pay some money, 1, 2, 3, to get 3 fuel. That should last us for a while. And now we have a choice to do. Either we go to a village, or we go to a mechanic and gain some time. I'm gonna decide to go forward. Gonna pay 1 money to the mechanic to fix our car, and then end of the road. Here we should get 1 time, right? But that's one thing that I haven't explained yet. Depending on the number of stops you make, you will not be able to gain this time because you stopped in the road, so the time that you would get from driving on that road is decreased. So the first stop is always free, so you don't spend any time from here. This one costs us 1 time, so you always start from the right. So you don't get that icon. But since our car can only move once anyway, it still moves. But if you had a faster car that could move 2 slots, since you made too many stops, you wouldn't get both of this bonus. You would only get the 1 movement. So now, afternoon, we spend 1 fuel, we reveal another card, a memory. So we are out of fuel. That's okay, we can still finish this card. And there's an option to go to the city. And you should always go to the city. What do we get? Minus 1 time. We are still not in confrontation with the police. 2 clues. 1, 2. 2 memories. So let's resolve those memories. We will still live to the same type of road, so that's good. An accident. So how do we resolve an accident? We take this card and we resolve the accident. So we lose 1 car body and we lose 1 time. So since we are now standing in the same place as the police, it's time to fight the police. So we lose another body. We engage in a shootout, which costs us an ammunition and 1 casualty, and we gain 1 time. Since this was the second damage we dealt to the police, they are KO'd, which means we get 1 love and 1 clue, which is good. The policeman is gone. And now we still need to resolve the second memory here. So we resolve a new memory and we lose 2 love. Right. Now we are in the city. Time to do something. The first thing I want to do is rob the bank. So I reveal a card. We have 3 shootouts, so we need to spend 1, 2, 3 bullets, and we increase the casualties 1, 2, 3. This is awful for us, or it's very dangerous for us, because if you run out of bullets and you can never not pay, you are very close to losing. You also gain 3 money, 1, 2, 3, and you gain 1 loot. This is great. So if we can deposit this loot, we'll have the 2 we need to win the game, although we need to do a few more stuff. And now let's talk about casualties. There are some thresholds. The first threshold was on the 1, where we added the policeman level 1. The second threshold is on number 5, which we just crossed, and that means that the policeman number 2 will start chasing us. If we reach threshold number 9, the highest level policeman of the easy mode, there's a higher level in other modes, will start following us, and he will replace that policeman. Okay, so we definitely need some ammunition. So I don't want to run the risk of only getting 1 ammo. So because if I rob the ammo store, I will only get 1 ammo back. So I definitely want to pay for that. And I have 6 money, which would be enough. So what I'm going to do is spend all my money. So I have 5 money. I spend my 5 money and I get 5 ammunition. Now I'm out of money and I don't want to be in this situation. So I already did this and that. And I want to stick up either of these places or both. So I'll start with the food store. I will reveal this card, gives us 1 money. Oh, sorry, that's the loot. 1 money, and gives us 1 food. And although I don't care about this card, I will decide to rob the mechanic. So a stick up in the mechanic. Whoops, sorry. Gives us 1 money and 1 casualty. So we killed the mechanic, so he will not fix our car. Also, because we just reached threshold number 9 in the casualties, we replaced the level 2 police with a level 3 police, which is more deadly and moves faster. We already did all of the action in this city, so now you get a place to sleep, and it would cost us 2 to pay to sleep here. But I want to stick up the joint, because I don't want to spend all my money. And since the deck ran out, I'm just shuffling. Okay. So we resolve a stick up, 1 money, and 1 memory. Another choice, an ammo, a casualty, or a gas. Since I already am at the maximum threat level of cops, I don't care that I go higher in casualties, so I'll just take the casualties. So I go from 9 to 10. And now I can sleep in the place. I gain the 1 love, I spend 1 food, and I gain 1 time. So the night is through. We just get rid of these cards. And a new morning. So the highest level policeman, the level 3, instead of moving 1 spot, moves 2 spots. And because we are carrying loot, he moves an additional spot. So he moves 1, 2, 3 spots towards us. Now it's time to find a car. So I can either spend clues to find a car, or I can hijack a car. Hijack a car will cost us a shootout and 1 time. And that's what I'm going to do. Why? Because I'm close to having the 6 clues I need and I want to try to win this round. So I'm going to spend 1 time and perform a shootout. So I go to 11 here in the casualties and I just find another Ford A exactly like the one I had. Now it's time to deposit the loot. I'll spend 1 fuel and I gain a 2nd loot. So I have one of the conditions fulfilled. Loot is at 2. Now the love meter is very close to being at the highest, and I will still need 6 clues. So now, time to hit the road, spend 1 fuel, reveal 1 card. Alright, I could get a lot of time, but I can't because of the car I chose to take is very slow. Perhaps it was not the best idea. The first thing I need to do, a memory. Spend 2 money, spend 1 fuel, spend 1 ammo. I'm gonna go with a spending 1 ammo. Now we're forking the road. I'm gonna choose to go to the city. I spend 1 time getting very close to the policeman, but at least I have a sniper. I gain 2 clues, so I'm up to 5, which is great. And I have another memory, another time. Alright, we engage into a confrontation with the police, and we need to survive it first. So we spend 2 ammo. we lose one of our car's body, and we gain 1 time. And I'm choosing to spend my sniper to get rid of the policeman completely, which gives us 1 love and 1 clue. And because we killed the policeman, he gets off the track. In the next round, he will move. This is actually very good for us because we have the 2 loot, we have the 6 clues we need to find a romantic farm. We just need to get some more love. So we have the loot, we need the love, sorry. Ammo. I will buy the ammo. So I'll spend 1, 2, 3 to get 1, 2, 3. Why am I getting all this ammo? Because I want to rob the bank and hope for some love meter to increase. So I'll rob it. What do we get? Our car goes to 0. We get 3 money. 1, 2, 3. We get another loot into our car. And we have a shootout where we spend 1 ammo and gain 1 more casualty. So, no love. Now we are gonna rob this mechanic in the hope that we can increase our love. Oh, that was deadly. We get 1 clue, but lose... Sorry, we get 1 money, but lose 1 clue. Our car goes up to 1. Finally, we did everything that we can in this city, but there's a motel here, and I'm gonna try to rob it to try to get again the love. No, but I get 1 money and I can sleep there for free. So, in the motel, what do we get? We get the 1 love we needed, we lose 1 food, and we gain 1 time. Okay, it's not that bad. We have the loot, we have the love, we just need to find more clues. So, new day. Get rid of the city, get rid of the country road. So we have loot, so the police will move 2 spots normally, but because we have loot, they move another one. Now it's time to find a new car, and I need to decide whether I pay for a new car or whether I keep the one I have. I'm gonna make a risky move, and I'm gonna decide to pay for another car. 1, 2, 3. It's probably not the best option, but it's the one I'm doing to have a faster car to try to run away from the police. Then I'm gonna spend 1 fuel to get rid of this loot, not because I need the loot, but because I don't want the police to have the loot bonus. And now we are ready to go. So I spend 1 fuel and reveal 1 of these cards. I get 1 clue, perfect. And I can go to a city. So what am I trying to achieve? Trying to get more clues. I could go here and get the movement bonus. Should I? No, I'm going to the city. So I reveal a card. What do we get? We lose 1 time. We get 1 clue and encounter memory. We have a shootout, costs us 1 bullet, increases the casualty. And now we have all of this that we can do. So I don't want to spend my ammunitions, because if I have another confrontation with the police, I will be forced to use a lot of those. I could use money to heal my characters or to get gas. I'm definitely gonna get gas. I'll spend 2 to get 2 to carry on with my great car. And I could perform a stick up for something. I'm gonna risk some stick ups, not at the bank, but at the smaller stores. So I'm gonna stick up the doctor. Find 2 clues, perfect, 1, 2. I cause 1 casualty. This casualty is the doctor, so I don't get the healing. So now I have 6 clues. The love meter is at the maximum, and I have 2 or more loot. So I'm in a very good situation. If we can reach the end of the day, I can go to the romantic farm. So now I just decide to continue with the day. And because of this, I need to switch to the normal road, not to the country road. So I spend 1 fuel and reveal this card. This is perfect for me. So stop here, 1 more clue. I don't take the fork in the road, although I could. I go here and I would get another clue that I don't have. Since I stopped twice, I don't get the movement bonus. But now I need to sleep, right? And I have a lot of clues. So I'll spend the 6 clues to find the romantic farm, which gives me 3 time, which doesn't matter if you're going to end the game. And it has this symbol. This symbol is like, you can end the game now. So you can win the game now. I have the 2 loot that I need. I even have 3. I have the love meter at the maximum. And I'm sleeping in the romantic farm. So I win the game. That's pretty much it. You are trying here to manage all your meters here. So your ammo, your food, your clues, and your money. Trying to find the loot you need, because that's probably the hardest thing to find. loot and clues. Loot is coming from robbing banks, and clues come in different distributions. The food and ammo is the things you need to manage. You will have to do stick-ups. You cannot win the game without stick-ups because you're not working. You're just a criminal going through the land. So this is your way of getting money that you can then choose to pay for some of the services and rob other services. You need to manage a bit the police because you need to create some distance, because constantly going against the police will cost you car, which will force you to spend clues or time to get another car. It will cost you ammo, and if you ever run out of ammo, you lose. So you're here trying to manage all these tracks. Maybe in the beginning you're trying not to attract the police as you get ready, and also making some decisions of how you sleep. Like you saw that I chose to spend the 3 clues to find this better car to have the extra speed, but I could have decided to spare those clues, take up a crappier car, even having a confrontation with the police, just to be sure that I would have enough clues. I got a bit lucky with the clues because I found 1, 2, 3, so that was quite good for me. And that's Bonnie and Clyde. This is the easy mode again. There are other modes, although they are not included in the prototype, so I'm not sure what changes. I know that at least there's another level of policemen, which will have forced me to be more careful with my casualties. And I'm also not sure how the 2-player co-op works. But this is how the solo mode works. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, the Kickstarter campaign is coming tomorrow or one of these days, or it's already there. It depends on when this video goes up. Check it out, see if it sounds like a game for you. If you're a fan of solo games, it might really be up your alley. I enjoy it. I also write a review on Board Game Geek, or a preview, so you can have a text-based information. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and check out Bonnie and Clyde Love and Death on Kickstarter. Bye-bye.